much happens so fast that you really have to adapt to it, and I'm sure these teams at this level know that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really just gonna come down to who's able to do it just that little bit better. As we take a look, Pika on that Dynamo. I don't remember them playing that. Maybe my memory is failing me, but I don't remember that being a weapon that they have played that often. But love to see it here, providing a lot of paint support, surprisingly. And on the other side, 33 XPJP, do love to see that shot coming out from Zach.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of an interesting comp on both sides, you know, or at least 33XP playing something that's called a little bit more traditional on the side of Hawaiian's Pizza. You know, you do see the Dynamo Stringer combo, which I think has only been on the up and up as of this latest patch here. And I mean, it's doing something of your latest, as Hawaiian's Pizza had managed to get this first solid hold on their side, starting to run with some points on their side. 2 players down from Hawaiian's Pizza, though, because that 33XP has opportunity here to try and disrupt some of their flow, some of their momentum. But I do believe they had Tactical online, so out the gate, Hawaiian's Pizza is already back to recontest this retake.
Yeah, just trying to get the paint in the zone, but with 2 players going down, being your frontline shot players on the side of 33 XP, you're going to lose a lot of that frontline pressure, so just really left to Zach on this left side, on that decap actually, excuse me, will be forced out as you have Axe with the Crab, trying to get in another retake for 33 XP as Hawaiian's Pizza's comp really strong in that hold. A nice trade will happen onto acing on that hammer, but it will benefit Hawaiian's Pizza as they're still sitting pretty in the zone as Pika just raining down Ink on that right side, taking out the shot.
I mean, Dynamo stocks are up. It's no surprise as to why this weapon is doing so well as of lately. You could absolutely be an utter menace if you just know the full thresholds of your weapon. And Pika going maybe in a little bit too deep against that pencil there. Unfortunately for them, though, they were able to get that trade in there, and the Hawaiian's Pizza just keeping it locked down and back already as well with Tactical means that a lot of this right now is Hawaiian's Pizza just trying to make sure they can keep 33 XP in check, making sure they don't have the breathing room to actually build their specials, take the space they need. But Zach breaks the line a little bit, goes for a mad dash onto the Stringer, who is forced out once again, but the crab stick goes down, and again, Hawaiian Pizza, they lose the zone for a second, but takes it right back.
Yeah, just getting canceled out of that Zuka as well, from that right side. This bow just raining down all forms of ink, and that's really just the strength of Hawaiian's Pizza's comp, just raining down ink from below and above, as Pika, with that final kill into the pen as well, will secure the win for Hawaiian's Pizza in this game 1.
I may be wrong about this, and correct me if I am wrong about this, but I think Pika only got splatted 1 time during that game. And
yeah, I mean, that looks like it. I mean, I would totally believe it because it didn't look like they died.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of goes to show exactly, like, if you know how to properly pilot Dynamo Roller, especially with these latest buffs as well, like, you know, like the damage thresholds, how far or how to properly space yourself, and when you can actually commit to a proper swing, right? It can be such a deadly weapon here. And this is not a dig at 33 XP, by the way, right? What I'm about to say, but it seems to me that 33 XP doesn't really know how to play around this Dynamo as of yet. So, and I think that's going to be their big arc here throughout this set, to try and figure out how to play around this Dynamo, because it's been wreaking havoc against them with how much space Pika's been denying with it.
Yeah, and I kind of want to hypothesize a little bit and bring forth the idea. It might be a little bit in terms of how they play their comp, because with 33 XP's comp, you have 2 short-range shooters. You should have the mobility and the quick painting ability to really kind of outspace this comp that Hawaiian's Pizza is bringing out. But here's the issue. I know better than anybody as a shot player, Dynamo is such a pain to fight, sometimes straight head on. And having 2 of those weapons fight into a Luna and Dapples is really difficult to deal with. So it's just something that has to be changed, either with comp-wise, which it does look like they will be doing with Baby Stock going over to the Forge Pro, or just by being able to take more off angles and really being cautious to isolate out to the Dynamo.
Am I wrong in saying that this is a double cooler? I forget which Dapples has the cooler. Is it the blue one or the red one?
It's the red one.
It's the red one? Okay, I thought I was tweaking there for a second, thinking they were running double coolers to start time, but no. All right, so it looks like Hawaiian's Pizza, though, does manage to at least get some sort of setup here to try and make sure that 33 XP doesn't absolutely run away with points. You know, they're constantly fighting on the zone, constantly trying to contest them in their play. Zach, though, glorious swipe there to keep Pika down. And I think once Pika goes down with that Dynamo, it opens a lot of the breathing room for 33 XP to really try and take mid here and actually keep Hawaiian's Pizza into a sort of lockout scenario.
And you have Axe on this left side with the crab. This is exactly the tool that you need, that I think it will be the counter to Hawaiian Pizza's comp. That crab, super annoying to deal with if you're not up close with acing or just really poking it away. But speaking of acing, they're shut down by Hayden on this pen. Actually, would thought they would go to E-Leader, but the pen is there for that stability, and it's proving to be very, very beneficial on Barnacle and Dime here, just poking away, forcing out the Dapples into that corner. Pika being taken out on their stack, on the stack as well, and acing yet again a second consecutive hammer being shut down. 33 XP JP have seemed to found a little bit of their flow to just shut down the main killing power from Hawaiian's Pizza, as that Reef Slider will get nothing as well.
Yeah, I mean, a good adjustment for 33 XP here so far, making sure they know the proper threat of Pika, keeping them down for the count for as long as they can, just being able to claim the remainder of Hawaiian's Pizza. It is a good adjustment they made compared to this first game here, because now Hawaiian's Pizza is trying to keep up with 33 XP. They lost a lot of points already, and they're constantly down players. Again, acing and the double abilities have been slatted once again here. And even though they do contest the point here and giving a decent check of penalty points to 233 XP here, Hawaiian's Pizza is not going to be able to hold it for too long here before being able to retake. And it's now looking like Hawaiian's Pizza being able to finally flip the script here.
Yeah, Pika slowly but surely moving up this left side, raining down ink from above, forcing out the players. That's the second pick onto Axe as well. Making a third onto Baby Stock. Can they go for the quad? Just looking away, trying to keep these players at bay. Hey, that rhymes, as Pika still trying to dance, but fortunately does go down there. But with Cooler being popped as well, it doesn't really prove to be much of a hassle for Hawaiian's Pizza. Just trying to take these fights is the important part for Hawaiian's Pizza, forcing 33 XP JP to use their specials, acing, just waiting with their hammer as well. Will they be denied a third time? That is the question, just waiting for it to be used. Here it comes. It will take out one, almost two there, but no matter, that will lead to a points total in the advantage of Hawaiian's Pizza, as now they're just playing keep away Pika with another pick as well, down to the 5-second mark. Will there be any paint in the zone? Now you have a mad dash towards it, but it won't be enough, as Hawaiian's Pizza, very nice bounce back and mid-game adjustments there in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, just with this level of play here, with these players between these two teams, you actually see, you know, these are kinds of adjustments being made against these new strategies that are being done on the fly, and it's such entertainment here to just be able to see this. And I gotta say, 33 XP JP, I had a lot of faith in that first half of this game, with how well they're playing around that Dynamo with Pika and acing. But something that Hawaiian's Pizza did in the middle of that game to just kind of keep 33 XP off kilter there, kind of threw them in for the loop, and 33 XP JP just wasn't able to recover after that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much perfectly explained there, as you just had Pika completely denied for the first half of that, because, I mean, Dynamo in itself is a very slow support. I mean,
yeah,
duh, it is a very slow moving weapon, and that is really the main midline support that you have to really feed acing, to really feed the Dapples to move forward, and they weren't able to move in. I mean, you saw them getting taken out on their own plats, but then in that, I believe the turning point in that moment, and I truly think it was that pick on the left side and Pika being able to move up that left street. I mean, of course, they got 3 as well. I mean, killing 3 people, of course, also helps you get space, but I mean, just by getting the Dynamo in such a powerful position where really the only person that can deal with it is the pen, it is really difficult for 33 XP to do much of anything if that Dynamo is still alive. And then with everyone around, of course, acing with that hammer as well, a key pick to at least delay 33 XP to get into the zone, which ultimately led to that game-winning hold, is exactly why Hawaiian's Pizza's comp works so well in conjunction. As long as all are doing their roles properly and doing their jobs, it just flows.
Yeah, and it's gonna be another thing, like, what's 33 XP JP gonna try out this time here? You're in match point against Hawaiian's Pizza, who's seed, and once they get started, they can get a dominant hold here, but Axe is pulling out the new H3. I'm kind of here for it. I love the L3 and the H3, so to get it to see used, I'm very eager exactly what Axe is cooking up here, and especially in this match point scenario where everything's on the line.
Yeah, you have the strip tracks being brought out by Axe with that nozzle nose. You have them being used pretty early, and it's just looking at the raw paint in terms of the specials, you have a lot from 33 XP, but I mean, 3 go down pretty early, actually. One of them being a jump out, two being actual kills as acing with the hammer and with cooler. You just imagine they're going to be taking some fights.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good conversion from Hawaiian's Pizza to not let those few initial picks, few initial pressure get the best of them. Now, quickly cleaning up 33 XP JP. Now they're setting themselves up to just get a proper lockout against 33 XP for as long as they can. Hawaiian's Pizza playing under the ledges, both Pika and acing here to just be a nuisance and utter threat to try and get play around of. And now they're at 46 remaining. They can absolutely get 100-0 if they play their cards right here. And 33 XP, they don't have any specials online. They're slowly losing ground here. They do get acing out, but at the cost of axes, as now they're at 26 remaining. It's going to be do or die for them.
Do or die for sure. Just Zach really in the area to try to make something happen. That's a great pick onto the Dapples, but the paint needs to be there. You need to get into the zone. Axe really the only player in the area to get in, but the players on the side of 33 XP don't paint the zone. They just worry about the player behind him, and that moment of hesitation, despite 3 players being in the area, leads to a Hawaiian Pizza 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, I mean, that was... Honestly, for Hawaiian's Pizza, that was textbook on how you wanted to play it. You know, you get the first early team fight win in your favor.